Hi mommies and daddies, welcome back to momcomindia. Monsoon season is here and monsoon is generally known as a season of low immunity, low digestion, a lot of stomach problems, lot of waterborne diseases, lot of mosquito related diseases. So basically a period which though brings a lot of relief from the heat but does not bring a lot of relief when it comes to general health of us and our babies. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a list of foods that you should avoid during this season and a list of food that you should eat during this season so that you can stay healthy. So let's get started.
To watch all the videos on this channel, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get regular updates from momcomindia. Let's become a big fat family soon.
Before I start this video, if you do find it to be helpful, please click on the like button so that we know that we are able to help you. You must have noticed that with monsoons setting in, while there's a lot of relief from the heat, but in general, when it's very humid, you don't get a very good feeling. You feel lethargic, you don't feel very active, you feel lazy, you just want to lie in the bed. Eating the meals that you were regularly eating now seems to be very heavy. You find it difficult to digest, and that's why it's important that for these 2-3 months you make some dietary changes so that you can stay active and healthy. Let's start with a list of foods that you should avoid for yourself and your babies. Number 1 is green leafy vegetables. Now we've heard throughout our life that green leafy vegetables is what you should be eating if you want to stay healthy. That's true. But during monsoon season, what happens is that there is dampness on the leaves of these vegetables like spinach, methi, cabbage, because of which it's very easy for bacteria to grow very fast on these vegetables. Hence, that bacteria can get into your body and can cause gastro issues or can upset your stomach, and that's why it's said that it is best to just keep these green leafy vegetables away for about 2 to 3 months. The second is seafood. So this is the time when the fishes actually breed. So it's best to avoid seafood at this point of time. No matter how much you love fish, it's best to avoid it right now. My son is a fish lover and eats fish almost daily in his lunch. But this is the time when we've stopped it and we've switched on to either egg or chicken for him during the day. The third is fried food. Now with rains coming in, we want to eat pakoras, samosas, kachoris, and all of that just looks so tempting. But we also need to remember that all of this temptation can cause a lot of stomach issues. It's absolutely okay to have these once in a while. We all feel like that and we all must have it, but not on regular basis. With your activities being less, with you feeling lethargic, and the oil that's being used in all of this fried food, it will be very difficult for your body to digest this food and it is going to cause a lot of stomach issues. So it's best to avoid these as much as you can. Number 4 is street food. Gappas, dahi, bhallas, all of this is just so tempting the moment you step out of the house or during your weekend getaways. I personally can't live without it. But this is the time when waterborne diseases like jaundice, typhoid are on its peak, and hence it's best to avoid anything that has water from outside because you can't trust the source of water and the quality of water, so it's best to avoid it. Number 5 is pre-cut fruits or pre-made foods that are left outside. So when you go out to have fruit juice, there are chances that the vendor might have just kept the fruit cut and in open already, which means that the chances of bacteria on that fruit or food is very high. So it's best to avoid it because the bacteria getting into your body means the opening doors to some kind of illness, which is something that you don't want. My suggestion here is that even at home, when you make food and your baby wants to eat, say after 1 hour, 1.5 hours, don't leave the food uncovered and don't leave it outside in the open, though we feel that the weather is better and the food might not get spoiled. But this is the weather when the chances of food getting spoiled are the highest because bacteria grow so rapidly. It's best to put it in an airtight container and put it in the refrigerator. So this was my list of foods that you should avoid. One main reason behind this is that because of humidity, the bacteria grows very rapidly and hence food gets spoiled the easiest. Also, the houseflies that you have, they contaminate food all the more easily because they carry bacteria from one place to the other very easily. Now, I can't leave you like that. So, I also will be sharing a list of foods that you should be eating during monsoon season so that you are healthy and it also helps boost your immunity. So number one is vegetables. While we kept the green leafy vegetables aside, what should we eat so that we get maximum nutrition? So ghia, tori, tinda, carrot, capsicum, all of these are great vegetables to eat during monsoon season, as you will reap maximum benefits from them. Very light, easy to digest. You will find yourself in good health if you eat them during this season. Number two, non-veg. So for non-veg, you can stick to chicken for your babies, for your kids, for yourself too. But for adults, you could also go with mutton, although mutton will be slightly hard to digest on the tummy, but chicken is the best. Number three, fresh fruit juices or fresh drinks. These is exactly what you need to boost your immunity during this season. I make it a point that I give at least 1 or 2 of these drinks to my child on a daily basis, either during breakfast or when he returns from the park. But this is something that you surely should do apart from water, because during this season generally you don't feel like drinking water. So to keep yourself hydrated, to replace all the electrolytes that your body has lost, the salt that your body has lost, all of these drinks will help you replenish that. So when it comes to fresh fruit juices, you could go with pomegranate, mosmi, oranges, malta. All of these are great. You could have coconut water, you could have lemon water, sweet, salted, you could mix it, you could have buttermilk, charge. All of these are just great options. They are very refreshing if used at the right temperature, and definitely very healthy. Number 4 is fruits. So during this period, it's very important to include as many seasonal fruits in your diet as much as you can. What happens is that if you only stick to your regular main meals, then it's very difficult for your body to just digest all of that. And in this weather, when your body is, as it is feeling low, is not getting that energy that it actually should, when the body has to work double, then the body finds it difficult to fight infections or any kind of bacteria or germs that's coming from outside. So to ensure that your body has the energy that it needs, has the strength that it needs, it's very important to give it a light diet so that it does not have to work very hard. So include as many fruits as you can. Apple, pear, banana, papaya, all of these are just great fruits. Kiwi, your avocados, all of these are very healthy options, and if had in good quantity, they can actually replace a meal also. Number 6 is spices. So turmeric, black pepper, ginger, garlic, they should be a must have in your diet or in your meal planning for your babies also, because they are just great. They are antibacterial, they are antioxidant, and they are like that medicine which never got quoted as medicine in the medical science, but in your kitchen they are definitely considered as a medicine for human body. They are so wonderful. Whenever you're feeling slightly cold, or even your baby is feeling slightly cold, not feeling really well, you have body ache, it's a great idea to have a warm glass of milk with a pinch of turmeric and then sleep. You'll have a great sleep in the night, and you'll also get up very fresh. So all of these are great things. Whenever you're having soups, try to add garlic to it. Garlic and ginger should make way to every meal that you're making for yourself, your family, your babies. So they are just great. Next is dry fruits. While in summer, dry fruits should not be consumed in larger quantities. In monsoon, it's absolutely a good idea to start consuming dry fruits in slightly higher quantities. Winters is the best time to have dry fruits, but this is also a period when the temperature will change. There will be times you will feel cold, there will be times you will feel hot, there will be times the body will have a very mixed feeling. It's not feeling cold, it's not feeling hot. So dry fruits help regulate the temperature of the body. Almonds and walnuts are best options for dry fruits during this season. For babies, you can give them the dry fruits in powdered form, mix it with their milk, mix it with their cereals, porridges, any kheer, any halwa that you're making for them, you can mix them and give it on a daily basis, and it's a great option. Babies' health also is much better when they are having dry fruits on a daily basis. Next is soup. So the time is back when you should be having yummy, delicious soups in your daily diet. Chicken soup or your mutton soup or vegetarian soup, any kind of soup, tomato soup, but soup is something that should be like a light snack in the evening that your family can consume, your baby can consume, because that will help keep yourself and your baby warm and will help regulate the body temperature. Lastly, I would say water. While you will not feel like having water during this season, it's absolutely important to have as much water as you can. It's very important to keep a note of the pee count for your babies so that you know that they are not dehydrated during this weather, because not only you, even they would not like to have so many fluids. If your baby is over 6 months of age, your baby should start consuming small sips of water. Before 6 months, your baby does not need that. Lastly, I will say one more thing, that please continue your routine of exercise or activity, whatever you have, jogging, yoga, anything, because that way you will commit yourself to staying fit during the monsoon season, and monsoon will not trouble you anymore. I hope you found this video to be helpful. Monsoon is a time when generally there's just so much happening in terms of illnesses, in terms of how you're feeling, your mood, your energy. So it's very important to have the right kind of, I personally feel that you are what you eat. So if you eat the right things in the right weather, you will also feel right no matter how hard the weather is trying to pull you down. So just enjoy this season by being healthy, by being active, by enjoying the rains with your family, and I'm sure you'll have a great monsoon period. So with that said, please click on the like button. Definitely subscribe to Momcom India for so many parenting related videos that we keep doing. The subscribe button is below. It's a red button. It has a bell icon. If you don't hit that, you will not get regular notifications of our videos. Please share it with as many people as you can, because this video is for everybody, from babies who've started having solids to the grandparents, everybody who's consuming food right now. This video applies to them. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.